What is up, guys? I am the Gorgeous Gorilla. It is a pleasure to have your company once again. Just quickly, before we get into the main topic, I'm going for a bit of a different style of video on this channel from now on, as I hope you'll see in this video. I'm also going to be uploading once a week, most likely on weekends, so make sure to subscribe for that. Also, again, just quickly, I am a bit sick as I'm making this video, but I was super keen to get back into things, so I hope you can forgive me for that. But with that out of the way, let's get into the video. Microtransactions have changed the video game landscape a lot over the past 5 years, with many large publishers adopting a pay-to-win approach. However, with companies such as EA and Activision copying insane amounts of backlash with the inclusion of pay-to-win items, it seemed as though the pay-to-win system was dying out, at least with games that actually cost money to buy in the first place. Although most publishers have moved on from this system of microtransactions, one domino is yet to fall, and it won't be falling anytime soon. For those of you that don't exactly know how NBA 2K specifically uses microtransactions in their games, let me give you the rundown. The main selling point of NBA 2K is your My Player, your own custom character that you get to customize and upgrade throughout your journey in the game. To upgrade your My Player skills and attributes, you need to spend virtual currency in-game, VC for short. And while VC can be used for cosmetics like hairstyles and clothes, its main purpose is to upgrade your character. That's where the problem begins. By purchasing VC with your own hard-earned money, you can get a head start on your friends and opponents, and upgrade your character to a point which would have taken hours and hours of gameplay. It essentially is one of the most perfect examples of a pay-to-win game. Now, let me just say that purely as a fan of NBA 2K and gaming in general, I would love to see microtransactions removed completely. However, the reality is that that's not going to change for the upcoming NBA 2K19 or any time in the near future. Here's why. As gamers, we love to complain about microtransactions. That's especially true for a game like NBA 2K, where if you don't spend money, you fall behind. However, from a purely business point of view, you wouldn't know it. Take-Two Interactive, the parent company of NBA 2K, announced earlier this year that revenue from microtransactions continues to rise by at least 30% year on year. That means that every year, as a community, we spend at least 30% more money on microtransactions than we did the previous year. That's insane. And the scary thing is, there's no sign of it slowing down, with Take-Two Interactive CEO going on to say, quote, "We aim to have recurrent consumer spending opportunities for every title that we put out at this company. It may not always be an online model, it probably won't always be in a virtual currency model, but there will be some ability to engage in an ongoing basis with our titles after release across the board." With the CEO showing no interest in slowing microtransactions down, it shows that this business model comes right from the top, that it's not even necessarily 2K themselves, but Take-Two Interactive as a whole. Once again, meaning that we shouldn't expect it to change anytime soon. As someone who loves to play games, but doesn't love to spend heaps and heaps of money on games, this scares me. We all know that microtransactions have crept their way into just about every game we can think of, but if a company as large as Take-Two and 2K have no plans of changing their pay-to-win business model, where does that leave us as the consumer in the future? And does that mean that we should expect to see pay-to-win creeping back into our favourite games in the upcoming years? I'm going to take the optimistic approach here and say no, hopefully not. The main reason NBA 2K has been able to rip money out of our pockets through microtransactions since NBA 2K13 is because they have no real competitors. Now hang on a second before you start typing in the comments about how you're going to go buy NBA Live this year instead, because the fact of the matter is, no, you're not. And while I agree that NBA Live has potential and continues to develop and improve each year, NBA Live is still 2 years away from being 2 years away to being able to compete with 2K in terms of gameplay. Not to mention that despite NBA Live 18's improvements, sales were so poor that the upcoming NBA Live 19 almost didn't even exist. The fact that this game possibly isn't even making a profit, never mind not being able to compete with 2K, shows that NBA 2K is in no danger of losing its spotlight anytime in the near future. Now, this video isn't a comparison between the two franchises, but if we just look at a snapshot between the two, the difference in the amount of content is staggering. 2K has game modes like Play Now and My Career, with My Career also including Pro-Am and Park, or The Playground. These are the main selling points, but there's also extra game modes like My GM, My Team, and My League. Whereas if you look at NBA Live, they have an equivalent to Play Now, but other than that, it's only really their career mode and online multiplayer, which isn't terrible, but definitely still has work to be done, proving that Live is still at least 2 years away from being 2 years away, if it even makes it that far. So, to summarize, although as gamers we love to hate microtransactions, stats are showing that unfortunately that hasn't been the case, and that 2K has the community wrapped around their thumb, with sales revenue increasing massively year on year. And with NBA Live struggling to stay alive, let alone compete with 2K, there's no real competitors in the NBA video game market, meaning we shouldn't expect the microtransactions to disappear anytime soon. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on microtransactions, and how do you see them affecting video games now and in the future? I'll do my best to reply to every comment, so I really hope to see some comments below. Also, make sure to let me know what you think of this new format, and what you think I can improve on. It is a bit of a different format. It's sort of like an essay, but at the same time I like to think it's a bit more casual, and I'd like to think again that I'm going to be able to improve on that and make it more enjoyable to watch in the future. Obviously, I'm very new to this, and of course I'd love to learn how I can improve. I'll be making videos once a week, and all feedback will be greatly appreciated. But that'll do it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.